Welcome back to the S10 Life YouTube channel. My name is Elizabeth and we're changing the thermostat on my 98 Bravada today. I was driving it to E-Town earlier and it started running a little hot on me. We checked the oil looks fine. There was coolant in the radiator. So our next step is we're going to change the thermostat. And your thermostat is located right here. I don't know if you can see it very well. Anyway. It's right there, it's still hot. So, we'll see. You're gonna unscrew this. I'm just gonna put that over there somewheres. Then, the next step is to take out this nut and this nut. So you're going to take those two things out and it's going to move this, and then we're going to have access to our spot. Okay, so we got our 10mm socket and we're just going to break those loose so I don't hit my phone. I had to get something for light. I'm bad. Definitely was going the wrong way the first time. Okay, so it's just a nut that comes off. Make sure you don't lose those. I would definitely do the back one first if you are going to do this. Ouch. And when it's not hot. So, I'm going to put this nut back on there to hold that in place so I can get the back one broke loose. I got a deep well, 10mm for the back one. If you don't have one, you can use a extension. The only one I had was really super long. Alright. So you take this and get it out of the way. Okay, so you're going to take that bolt out, and I think there's another one over there somewhere. Can't see. Can hardly see. Okay, anyway, yep, there is one. I see it now. So you're going to take those two bolts out. Everything's falling apart. Okay, so I think those were bigger than a 10mm. All right, it is a 13mm on thermostat housing. Here's my really super long extension. I'm hoping this fixes my problem. It didn't get very hot. I caught it in time. Turned the heater on, and it made that thermostat, that temperature needle, go way back down. Well, not way back down because it didn't get very hot, but you get the gist. So this is really hot. So there is antifreeze coming out of there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hopefully you can hear it. So that's really super hot. I think I'm gonna let that sit there and cool for a little bit because that is steaming. So we will come back. All right, so the sun has went down. Still a little bit of light left in the sky, but not much. Got my handy dandy headlamp. These things come in handy. So I got me a rag, and hopefully it's not too hot. Still. And I'm going to get down in there and try to grab it. But it's not hot. Alright. Wasn't hot. Yep, it's still a little hot. Okay. So that's where it came from, right there. And we're gonna take everywhere tonight. Take it out of our box. Nope. Just dropped the old one. I'll move it out of the way. Alright. Stay. Stay. Okay, so we're gonna have to put this rubber ring around it. I do not have it together tonight. Stuff keeps falling. Okay. I hope you guys saw that. If not, I'll show you right now. So this rubber piece wasn't on there, so we just put it all the way around there. I'm going to take my rag and I'm gonna clean off around there, and I'm going to clean right here, just so we get a good seal when we put this back in here and put it all back together. I know this lighting is awful. So that just flopped right down in there. Alright, so there is my new thermostat. So cool. So I'm just gonna put this back on there. Hopefully. I guess it's supposed to be any certain type of way. It just feels like it's not seating on there good. Let's see. Okay. I'm guessing that's how it's supposed to be. We'll find out. So we're gonna put our bolts back in there. Remember, we're gonna get finger tight, and then we will use the socket and wrench. Alright. Okay. That back one's a little bit hard to get to. I have the sweetest, precious little girl. Alright. Let's crank her down. And pray we seal. That way. Whoop. I'm gonna kind of like go back and forth and not tighten one side down more than the other. I'm gonna try to keep it even, that way it's not putting any stress on the other side, because I didn't feel like it got a good seal, but maybe it's supposed to be like that. And it seals down when you're tightening it. So alright, so then we're gonna put this back on there. So, cool little story for you guys while I'm doing this. My dad has always been a mechanic. He never had his own shop or anything, but, you know, he had his own garage at home, and he'd work on his own vehicles all the time, and the neighbors' vehicles, family's vehicles, you know, whatnot. But when I got my first car, the transmission was bad. It would not go in reverse. Like, very rarely would it go in reverse. So, my dad made me, hold that thought. Anyway, my dad made me take my own transmission and engine out of my, I'm not sure what year it was, but it was like a 2000s or late 90s model Saturn. Anyway, and so I had to do all that by myself. So that was my very first ever, like, anything I really did with cars on my own. Like, I would help my dad sometimes, but yep. And ever since then, I've changed my own oil filter, and so it's been pretty awesome. It's awesome to work on your own rides. Helps you appreciate them more. You take pride in it. Huh. Oh, that's weird. Got stuck on there. Alright. So that's back on there good and snug. That's on there good and snug. We gotta put this baby back on there. Our last step. I'm gonna put it back on that. Sorry if my arm is in the way, guys. Put you right there. I'm guessing there's a little clip right there. So once you figure that out, it goes on there pretty easily. Then we're gonna get our little screw thing back here. Put that back on. And there we have it. We have changed a thermostat on a, I believe, 4.3 V6 engine. Me and Evelyn Pearl are going to test out to see if that thermostat fixed our problem. Come on, Evelyn.
I come in. I don't know how.
Yes, you do. Alrighty. So here we are. We're gonna start up this Bravada. Starts up so good. And we're gonna wait to see if that temperature hand starts going over 210. I've had this thing for about a month, a little over a month, and it runs at 210 every time. Went to Eat Town earlier today, and it started getting in between the 210 and the half mark to 260. So it wasn't quite to that mark. It was a little bit under that. So thermostats are really super cheap. I only paid $7.39 for that. Super cheap, super easy change. It was super cool. Now we'll just wait and see if it starts to overheat on me again. Alright, so we are almost to the 210 mark. I've been sitting here for about a minute or so, and it's not raised up any from this. So I'm thinking it might have fixed it, and actually it runs a little bit cooler now since I put that new one on there. Not sure. We're gonna let it sit here for a little bit longer and see if it goes up anymore. If not, then we have succeeded. Thank you for watching the S10 Life YouTube channel. Subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you next time.